All right, here with Matt Wagner. Thank you for joining me today, Matt.
Of course, yeah.
All right, last week, home opener, you got your first reception. Talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, it felt real good. Obviously, my role this year is definitely more in the blocking game and the run game and stuff like that. We have Matt; he's a stud, and he's kind of taking those passing reps. But to be able to get out there and get that first catch felt really good after the time I've been here.
Absolutely. Yeah, blocking is such an important part for a Boise State tight end. How big of a role does not just the first tight end, but sometimes the second, third tight end, how big of a role do they play in that blocking scheme?
Huge scheme-wise. Cutter loves the tight ends, especially in the run game. We do a lot of 12 personnel. We bring out 13 in those short yardage sets, and he does give us a big responsibility to, get one-on-one with the defensive ends, and like the kind of the run play and the scheme depends on us sometimes, and being able to win those big blocks. So yeah, it's a really big role.
We just talked to Matt Lauder. He had a huge game receiving wise. But even more so, I think he's played a huge role in the blocking scheme like we talked about. What have you learned from him?
For sure, yeah. He's a great mentor. I mean, coming in here, seeing what he's been doing, and also seeing what he did last week against Portland State. That was great. I mean, it really inspired me, seeing that after all the work he put in blocking-wise, to kind of get that pay with the ball and the passing game. Run blocking-wise, he's taught me a lot. Between hands, hat placement, footwork, he does a lot for me, and he's a great mentor to be behind growing in these next couple of years.
Now, your reception, did you think the ball was coming your way, or were you kind of surprised?
Yeah, so the play call the hot was for me. I'm the first read on that, so I definitely kind of my eyes lit up when I heard the play call from the sideline. So yeah, I knew my name was called, and I just had to go out and execute. Great ball by Malachi, and obviously all 11 guys had to do their job to get the ball to me, so great job by the team there.
Simple question I've asked every offensive player that I've spoken to so far. How fun is it to block for Ashton Jeanty?
Oh, it's awesome. Knowing that you're blocking for that guy is you kind of have a sense of pride, and you just know that he's relying on us, and he shows it too off the field and stuff that y'all don't see. He's appreciative, great guy. But yeah, it feels good knowing when you get your block and you turn around and he's 60 yards downfield, beating off safeties for the touchdown. It's a great feeling chasing him down to go celebrate in the end zone.
Absolutely. Ashton Jeanty's been pretty vocal about wanting to get to 2,000 rushing yards. The offensive line I spoke to, that they've taken that to heart. Has the tight end room also kind of made that their goal?
For sure, yeah. I mean, our goal is always to get the running back space to run, and especially with Ashton, man, he deserves every bit of those yards. So we've kind of put an emphasis on our run blocking through the spring into summer and even fall camp, and getting those run plays and those schemes correct so he can get his goal ultimately.
How surprised were you by Dylan Riley last week? Kind of coming out of nowhere, hasn't played this year, and then he just burst on the scene. What have you seen from him, and were you surprised?
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, coming in fall camp, he had a late enrollee, so he had to hit the ground running pretty fast. I think he did a great job, kind of learning the playbook, getting the scheme right, and ultimately just being under Ashton. That's a great mentor to have as well. And I honestly was not surprised to see him go out there and have the success he did after all the practice, hard work that he's done. Last week, we had him in a bunch, planning for him to get some play time this game, and he took the challenge and he stepped up. And ultimately, he did a great job, especially with the 11 guys that were on the field blocking for him, O-line, receivers, tight ends, whoever's on the field for him. He did a great job handling that.
What do you see in Washington State's defense, and where do you think you guys can be successful?
For sure. We're just starting to get into the scouting process with them. They have a great talented team. They take the ball away a lot, so I think our first thing is definitely ball security. We've been emphasizing that a lot this week so far. Keeping the ball on our side, they give the ball up, we take the ball, that type of thing. Running game, always. I mean, every game you're going to see us run heavy. We have a great O-line, great receivers that can block, and that ultimately opens up the pass game, the play action, guys like Matt Lauder, Latrell, Cam, guys like that. So yeah, that's ultimately, we're looking forward to the challenge that they're going to bring this weekend.
I felt like this last week against Portland State, Maddux Matson kind of got to show out a little bit, especially with some longer passes. How much confidence do you guys have in him, and how much has that grown over these last couple games?
Yeah, we have all the confidence in the world of Maddux. He's a great player. He's a great leader. I mean, you ever doubt or anything like that, he'll come over and he'll pick you up. He's a great man, and he's an even better quarterback. I mean, that dude can lead the offense down the field with ease, and he can make those throws like you saw to Cam on that one sideline, that deep throw. He can make those throws. He's a very talented guy, and when he needs to get low and go to run, he can do it. So yeah, we a lot of faith in him, and his confidence is just going skyrocketing as the year goes on. So he'll only get better.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
For sure.
I've asked you a lot of questions about other players. Let's focus on Matt Wagner for now. I was sitting for the Bronco Walk, and I saw two people with 88 jerseys on. Was that your parents?
It was, yeah. They're huge fans. They're my biggest fans. I love them. They always show support. They came up this week. It was my birthday a couple of days ago, so they having a birthday weekend over here with them. So yeah, it was a great time seeing them, and they're always showing support. I love them for it.
Happy birthday! How old?
20.
Ah, boy.
Yep.
Boy, be 20 again. All right, I'll refocus here. That's exciting. Is this their first game up here in Boise?
So yeah, they came up last year for a few. First game was at Oregon. They went up to Oregon for that one. But yeah, first game on the blue, of course, and they had to come out for it. It was a great time.
I hope they enjoyed it
for sure.
Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions, or just not worried about it?
I mostly. The biggest thing I do is I like talking to God before the game. We have our prayer when we come to the stadium, whatever stadium we're in. And then before every drive, when I run out of the tunnel, we go in the end zone. I'm always there. And I love talking to God and He kind of brings me back to earth. I like talking to myself, the coaching points that I get from Potter. I love going through those with myself before the game. That's kind of my biggest thing. And when we're in the locker room, headphones on, just dialed in.
What are you listening to?
Usually... a lot of rock when the game's getting closer. I like to mellow it out, some like cool rap, some country when we're on the way here. But when that pregame starts, it's a lot of rock getting amped up. And then when we come back in after pregame warm-ups, I like to mellow out. And that's when I kind of start looking to God and praying and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you like Boise? Coming from Texas, right? Prosper,
Yep.
Texas.
Prosper, Texas.
How's it been the transition?
Awesome. I mean, this place. When I came on my official visit, the BYU game a couple years back, that was the greatest time of my life. That shocked me in every way. The fans, how welcoming they were, the support they have, and also just the team atmosphere. You could feel like when they ran out of the tunnel, when they're playing together, they play hard and they play together. And I kind of felt that, and like it hit me. And that's kind of what brought me to Boise. And the longer I've been here, the more stuff I find out. And I've had a blast so far in Boise.
What do you like to do when you have some free time in Boise?
We mix it up. We'll hang out. We've been to the mountains, hiking, stuff like that. Pickleball is a big one for our team. That was a phase in the summer, stuff like that. Yeah. The
injury risk is probably pretty low on that, so that's a good call.
Yeah. It's kind of a softer sport. Just kind of as long as you tape your ankles up, should be good.
There you go. Final question. I'm hoping to get you an NIL deal out of this. What's the best food spot in Boise?
Best food spot. Oh, that's a good one. You know, a place I really like, parents are always up, if my girlfriend comes up, stuff like that. Whenever I'm with family, we go to Eureka, and I think those are my favorite burgers in the entire downtown of Boise. I love Eureka. We'll hit that place up a lot. So,
All right, Eureka, hit them up. Matt Wagner, I appreciate your time, man.
Of course, man. Thank you.